Let me see if this is up and running. Hi, I'm starting a little late / a little bit early. I'm trying a new background for the space mission today. Isn't that, see? Because the DART will hit in approximately 65 minutes, if I may. Today's show is going to be extraordinarily manual because of that. And this is the live feed from NASA. This is a guy discussing how he thought it'd be better if short guys got jobs on spaceships because they could make the ceilings lower, and the other guys go like, nope, we picked the tall guys. It's like, damn it. That's it. That's what they're gonna hit. Dink from super far away. Boink. That's what's coming up. Doink. They're gonna ricochet off this thing. They're gonna fly a little capsule that looks like V'ger. It looks like a regular satellite. It doesn't look it's not macho at all. I would thought it had clamps on it and one rocket that we can fire once it connects. Like it goes kapow, and then we go nuclear, and it boom. But no. It they show little simulations of it every so often. We'll check back in. An hour and 3 minutes is when we're gonna hit it. And hold on.
This is a first of its kind mission, testing a way to one day save our planet from a hazardous asteroid. Now, we asked astronauts aboard the International Space Station to...
Also, by the way, why wouldn't you do this early? I mean, we've seen enough of the movies. The 90s are full of them. So for all practical purposes, we should be, for God's sake, practicing all kinds of shit. The same way that we're trying to figure out how to predict earthquakes, the same way that we're trying to create the perfect anti-tornado, anti-hurricane house. You'd think, I don't know, after a while. So, anyways, we'll be checking back with them in a little bit while I continue to build the show right in front of you, because that's what I'm going to do. And I hope sound is okay. I hope I'm not too crazy loud. I don't have my chat open, so you're probably screaming at me that it's broken and something is wrong and it's all going to crap. Aye, there you go. DOJ filed more detailed inventory of the special master case. Yes, we will look at that. There's a hissing sound. Oh, that might just be the fan. This might shock you, but I'm not actually coming to you from a professional studio. I'm in a small office connected to the downstairs bathroom next to the ventilation for the entire house, and the door is open. So that's probably what it is. I'm a bit loud. Okay, let's see. Dink. How about that? That should help me out a little bit. Again, the meters on the software are completely untrustworthy. Hold on. I'm going to bring these over. I built this little frame because by the way, this background is made out of tiles from the space shuttle. There's a picture of the tiles that are on the heat tiles under the space shuttle. So there you go. Yeah. It's a hissing sound. I think I know how to, let's see, filters, edit filters, add filter. I don't need gain. I need noise suppression. Add. And then there's a good quality. And there we go. Hopefully that will take out some of the noise suppression. I'm hoping that will do it. Yep. I mean, that we'll see in a second. By the way, hi, you wonderful people. This is HAL SPARKS Mega Worldwide. Maybe that's how I should open the show. Maybe I think that works. Hi, you wonderful people. I'm HAL SPARKS, and this is HAL SPARKS Mega Worldwide. I stream 5 days a week. 3 of those days, I do it twice a day. Saturdays, I do it in the morning. And I have a little schedule graphic that I made. Hike Train Level 2 on Twitch as we go. And by the way, I go to all your favorite sites, so you don't have to move to one or the other. But move around and try to, find one you like. In Bobcat's voice, yeah. Hi, you wonderful people. I stream all the time. All right. I can't do too much Bobcat. I got to sing this week. Yes, and happy Rosh Hashanah to our Jewish friends. And yes, hi, you 1.5 million twinkling wonderlights. Hello, you ever-growing crowd of cult members, clamoring to fill your cup with my lunacy. Yeah. There's a lot to cover. I want to do something real quick though while I'm sitting here with you lovely people. Let's see. Add this. Add this. Add, what do I want to do? Yes. The jar is missing. Add the jar. Okay. And they don't have a space cup. It's sad. But we'll manage. Okay, done. Put that over. We'll put it on this side in the spaceship. It's defying gravity. Who cares? And then what else do I... There's all these things missing from the frame. I miss them when they're not there. Let's see. But there's one thing, and I'm gonna need the... Yeah, so I'm gonna have to build a goodbye show wall at the end. Looking at that for the... I don't have any of those open. There's the chat box. I don't dare do that. That would be crazy pants. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Add that source. Add this source. Close. Drag this out to here. And then put that behind me. And we should be good. Okay. Anything else is just, it's unnecessary. We're gilding the lily. I really feel... Oh, the Venmo code. Yes. I don't have the Venmo code in this one. Well spotted. Media file. Add source. Add this thing. It won't have a lovely frame on it. I apologize. This is just me making the damn thing. So apologies. Back out here. Stills and assets. Virtual set. Oh, and my name up in the corner too. Let's see. Frames and foregrounds. Desktop backgrounds. How's that not? What happened? What happened? Oh, it's a search. I don't want to search that. Get out of here. I want to browse. I'm browsing. Okay, never mind. I'll do that later. We're fine right now for the thing. Yeah. If you have the Venmo, feel free to use it. And Cash App, yes. The tip jar is over here on the left. See that? It'll make some moves. Also, I put on the emote wall so that let's see. Let me drag. There you go. See, so you can, if you guys use emotes on Twitch, it'll pop up behind me. So, and then and then the more the bigger the hype train gets, the more access to emojis we get, so people can lose their minds. Now I got to do one for the comms page. That's what I call it, by the way, because I'm a nerd. Like for real. We go to comms. We're going to follow in. They're just chit-chatting. 56 minutes. Very exciting. We got Dan Bongino with the dumbest fucking take he's done in a while. Yeah, look at that picture. Welcome to Are You Shitting Me? And then, of course, we're going to get... Glenn is in substitute teacher who gets arrested in the middle of class because they found people in his crawl space outfit today. And by the way, Carl Alessi, thank you for the birthday wish. I saw that on Twitch, on Twitter. Bless you. I will see you guys Wednesday. Flapper show Wednesday night and in Burbank. And then, which means after the show tomorrow night, I get in my car and drive to LA so I can be there in the morning to do the morning show with our dear friend Philip Ittner. Thanks, Mr. Bed Zeppelin. That's effectively what it is. It's Polititalk soup. It's okay. That's not. It needs a. There's a better name. It's more like I just talk shit, but that's fine. That's fine. Dude's just talking soup. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Okay. Two names seems like overkill. Maybe. Could be. And I got to move my beverage thing either a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left because it looks weird that half my shaker thing is right there. It's not right. Anyways, and I don't have, let's see. I'm going to have to add stuff to this one as well because that's definitely going to drive me crazy. Widgets, we'll do an event list because you guys are lovely. I put this here. Done. And we'll move it down over here to let everybody know who's helping us out like that. That looks nice. I like it. And then I need the alert box so we know when things are happening. Let's see, where is there it is. They darken it out already and they're messing with me. Done. And then we take it, we got to shrink it down like this. And we'll just put it right in front of me. Although I don't know. Oh, I don't have my name on here. Who is this guy sitting on screen? I was literally making this before the show, so it's a little bit of a rush job. I apologize. All right, back to me, and then so that name's still in there. So I'll just grab that one. Add media file. Add source. Okay, cancel. I know what it is. It's in here. Close. My name. I'll find it. Here it is. Is that it? This will do. I'll add this one. Yeah. Oops. Close. Okay. Done. And done. We take this guy. We'll just put this here. That'll work. Yep. Okay. That's enough. I'm done feng shuiing the show for today. All right. So we're going to start with, let's check real quick. 52 minutes, 36 seconds. Somebody give me a 5-minute warning when this thing is happening. If anybody's, Carl definitely has it up on his other computer and is playing hooky watching the whole thing. So... like somebody's got to scream in the chat like 5 minutes to impact. Otherwise, you guys know I will get carried away because I'm a 9-trick pony and I can get and all the tricks are good. So this sounds so wrong. Never mind. I'm bailing on that analogy. It's horrifying. All right, let's go with Dan Bongholio. So, first of all, let me just say that as many of you know, Bongholio blocked me on Twitter. Like a real man. And he also, but Unfiltered the show won't or can't or doesn't, or that's policy, I think. Hi. Love you. Do you mind pulling my door shut so the cats don't come in? I'm tied to my desk. When you get a second. No rush. And do I smell pierogies? She went and got pierogies. Summer is her family's Czech, by the way. So there's a pierogi place that she was driving by that she's wanting to go into for a long time, and so she stopped by. Anyway, so the long story short, that's why I will be eating a fistful of pierogies on the Have Pierogies Will Travel. How many sudden pierogi? How many like Dirty Harry movies and or Clint Eastwood movies in general can we name after pierogies? Okay, so what I was saying was, you guys know that I haven't watched this video. I'm going to watch this with you. But you guys have to know by now that this image will trigger me. This will set me the F off. This will the other thing that will set me off is when you use the smoothing filter a little too much and you make yourself look like you're made out of marzipan. Look, not everybody has time to get on makeup before they come in the studio. I understand that. Sometimes maybe he's borrowing one of Laura Ingraham's cameras. But god damn, he looks like he was buffed. I don't understand. Maybe it's temporary. Maybe this is just a low-res response. But good Lord. Saha's watching on 4 monitors, as you do. All right, here we go. And yeah. There we go. It's his fish oil. Too much Botox? I don't think it's Botox. I think it's digital, because I don't think he bothers with Botox. Although maybe he does. I wouldn't doubt it. You know what? I take that back. That wouldn't surprise me. As a comedian, I can't do it because I have to be able to make. I believe at heart all comedians must be rubber-faced gits. So here you go. What's the difference? What is the difference between America and China? It's the same thing. There's no difference. There's no difference. You jackass.
It's easy to criticize China because they are a totalitarian state, right?
Right. Oh, thanks, babe.
I bought a bunch.
But I'll just have 2 because it would be a...
It would be rude.
Yes. What kind are these?
There's a sauerkraut and potato, and then a potato and cheddar.
And a what cheddar?
Potato.
Oh,
Potato
okay.
and cheddar, potato and sauerkraut.
This was... I'm going to go with... We don't know which one this is, but I'm very excited to find out.
One sauerkraut. Well, they're both potato, one sauerkraut, one's cheese.
This one's cheese. This is the cheese one. Excuse me. It's lovely. Very cheesy. Cheesier than even I expected. Are they the same? Are they both the same? Yeah.
No, that one's sauerkraut and potato.
Oh, okay. So one of them...
That one's sauerkraut.
I got one of each.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nothing will be my grandmother's, but
Mm-hmm.
this is a little, family-owned shop, so it's close as we're going to get into.
All the more reason to support them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's ASMR. I'm not chewing. Knock it off, you pervs. I'm having 2 pierogies and you guys lose your goddamn minds. It's disgusting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That one I like. That's sauerkraut and
Potato.
potato, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Thank you, my love.
You're welcome.
Mhm.
Now I'm going to the gym after eating all those potatoes.
What?
Now I'm going to the gym after eating.
Mm-hmm. It's nice. I'm chewing with my mouth closed. God damn it. All right. Don't usually eat on stream, but that's the rare occasion that I do. And it was nice because we got to look at this dipshit's face. And yes, it is absolutely a filter. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Right? They have zero COVID policies, strict
Right.
isolation, enforcement, abuse of surveillance powers, almost no individual rights at all, and really harsh social standards. But then you say to yourself, wait.
Wait a minute. What's the difference? Wait a minute. Don't we basically have that? All right, let's just start with, if this motherfucker came on a Chinese television show and shit on the president, shit on Xi Jinping the way he shit on the president, and clamored for the return of Deng Xiaoping, or like any like fucking Mao Zedong for that matter, he'd be in jail by the end of the broadcast.
Wait, who are we talking about here? We talking about China.
Hold on, he's a little quiet, so I'm trying to bring it up a touch. We're talking about China. Hold on, I'm gonna bring myself down so you can bring yourself. Yeah, everybody can bring their side up a little bit if they have it. Okay, here we go. Whoops. Oh, I emptied the. Okay.
Or the liberal version of the United States.
The liberal version of the United States. Asshole, the liberal version of the United States is what brought you all those rights. We all live in a liberal democracy. Liberal in the, with a lowercase L, or I would argue a capital L, is the system under which we live. There's liberal and conservative within our system, but the system itself is fucking liberal.
Because if you actually put the two side by side, like here's China, here's the United States, this weird thing happens. They start to look alike.
No, they fucking do not.
So we're going to ask tonight, is there a difference? We always bring the facts to back it up. So first, I saw this headline in the Wall Street.
I saw a headline. So a headline, that's a fact.
Journalist recall.
I saw it in the Wall Street Journal opinion. We always bring the facts. That's why I will be quoting the Wall Street Journal opinion page that says the West, not the United States, not a liberal United States, the West mimics Mao, takes great leap forward. Now, this is going to be, I mean, we know the Great Reset, right? Is that this is Helen Raleigh? I got to find this thing now. Hold on. But I don't have a subscription to Wall Street Journal, and I'm not going to get one, so fuck it. Let's see.
My eyeball. It was titled, The West...
It caught my eyeball. Wait a second. Back the fuck up.
To back it up. So first, I saw this headline in the Wall Street Journal this week. Caught my eyeball.
It caught his eyeball. It caught my eye. It doesn't catch your whole fucking eyeball. It doesn't have a fish hook in it. What do you... Oh, God. I'm convinced a lot of these Fox News hosts are new to Earth. Maybe this is where the baby milkshake eating alien thing comes from. Caught my eyeball. Shut the fuck up.
It was titled, The West Mimics Mao and Takes a Great Leap Forward.
Yeah, and it's obviously a fact. I mean, how many more facts do you need? It's facts all over the fucking place. Don't pay any attention to the fact that Rupert Murdoch owns this newspaper and his broadcast, and his facts, the facts he referenced are opinion pieces from a co-owned media outlet.
Well, here's a little quick history lesson for
Okay. Oh boy. Look at this. Is the United States on the communist fast track? I can skip to the end. No. Man and wife. No. We are absolutely fucking not.
the libs out there. You know, Mao Zedong, we got to be slow for the libs here. You know,
asshole, if your idea is that the liberals are all fucking communists, then why do you have to slow down and explain who Mao Zedong is for him, you fuckhead?
He was a communist leader of China. And in the late 50s, he imposed some harsh government rules on the Chinese people.
Bro, they were so harsh. Harsh. They were, I mean, he was harshing the mellow of the 50 million people he starved to death and the destruction of all the civil and religious symbols within the society.
People and businesses to build industrial power. You know, top-down rules, sounds like communism and stuff. Strict quotas on farm.
First of all, top-down rule is how corporate structures operate. Almost all hierarchies work that way, shithead.
Farmers and all this other stuff. Well, the result, yeah, it was what happens every
result was he died of complications from syphilis.
Time of communism. Communism, by the way, has a 100% success record. It does. Dan, how dare you say it does? A failing. It fails every time it's tried. It's amazing. Well, their big government control experiment in Mao's China blew it. The numbers were faked. And scholars will tell you that tens of millions of people...
Hold still. You're in the tiny little frame. Stop leaning back and forth. Secondly, He does realize he's walking into a rake because the libs, the Dems, just passed an infrastructure bill.
Tens of millions, not tens, not million, tens of millions of people starved to death.
Yeah, 50 million, I just said.
It was called the Great Leap Forward. They love these euphemism games, don't they, in these word games? It was actually a great leap right...
Oh, you mean like commitment to America? Or contract with America? Or America first? Or make America great again? Or CAG, keep America great? Yeah, we're all about the fucking bumper stickers, buddy.
...to the grave for tens of millions of people. So that article I was just referencing in a journal compared China...
Yeah, did you read it or did somebody else?
Back then with the liberal version of the United States now, where they want
Which is fucking lunacy, and it's behind a paywall, so.
to take us. You know, one of the hallmarks of the current Chinese regime is propaganda. You know,
What do you mean current? Let me show you something. Hold on. Current? Motherfucker, have you ever seen these things? What do you mean current? You could buy Mao's Little Red Book in every market in the country. Current. Oh, green leap forward? Right.
The government spins a fact to say one thing when everybody knows you're lying.
Oh, you mean like Trump signed the VA Choice Act of 2014?
And then the people are forced to accept the facts.
Which in this case, nobody does.
It's not just that people are walking across the border. We have a plan in place.
Today,
Again, all right, that's the whole thing. It's not just that people are walking across the border. That was in relation to a question of them walking across untested and going straight to wherever they want, as if there's no Customs and Border Patrol, there's no facilities, there's no testing, there's no system at all, which is a lie. People don't just traipse across there. And we have CPB going to the areas where they can walk through and rounding them up. It's like the fentanyl thing. They're like every time there's a huge fentanyl bust, they're like, look at all this fentanyl. Like, yeah, asshole, we're catching it.
received news that our economy had 0% inflation in the month of July.
Right, which is true in the month of July, year over year. Did not expand, did not contract. It was static.
0%.
Which is true. Again, he's like, spitting facts. It's a fact that July had 0% inflation growth. Year over year was static from the month before.
Border is secure. The border, we are working to make the border more secure.
He finds that funny. China's social credit, this business is China's social credit system ranks citizens and punishes them with throttled internet speeds and flight bans if the Communist Party deems them. If they get deemed. There's room for another sentence down there. If they get deemed, maybe you should have just since you're taking out a whole sentence, why don't you take out the E and just make it dems them? By the way, that article was from Christmas Eve on 2021.
Guys,
I learned how to talk on screen from Don Jr.
lying or propaganda? What is it? Again, what's the difference?
There's a huge difference. There was no growth in the inflation rate year over year. It was static from June into July. The problem we had previously was it was continuing to climb. They took actions that steadied it, and now the idea is that eventually you start bringing it down. That's how you control these things, unless you want to just throw the car into reverse on the fucking highway and get everyone killed. That's people are not just randomly walking through coughing COVID all over everyone, and they're not bothered. The question was even about like Americans have to get tested, but for some things still in government jobs, but immigrants come across without any like that bullshit. Like, no, they don't. And the other thing was they were taking people like the children that were being flown to Catholic charities and stuff, that they're coming in with COVID and not being tested. It's just garbage. That said, let's see. Business Insider. There's no. Let's see if that's. Yeah, here it is. This is the actual art. Deems them untrustworthy. That's the whole China's social credit system ranks citizens and punishes them with throttled internet speeds and flight bans if the Communist Party deems them untrustworthy. Yeah, this has been a talking point for years. Like the Laowai and Laowai 86 and Serpent ZA have been talking about this shit for years. This is not new. China's been rolling out a system that ranks its citizens based on their social credit. People get punished if they drive badly, buy too many video games, steal. Those are all in the same category. I'm doomed. It's not a unified nationwide system, but China plans on eventually making it mandatory for everyone. Yeah, it's basically a way of creating like public jail for everyone, like minor limitations. You lose yard time.
The Communist Party does the same thing. You're just forced to believe it. What about the China social credit?
You're not forced to fucking believe it. You're sitting here telling people not to believe it. That means no one is forced to believe it. The fact that he's fucking criticizing these phrases means it's not the same thing. The government has always said things that people either think are lying or find suspect. And we as Americans have always been able to call bullshit on it without any legal ramifications. None. Unless you're trying to sell ivermectin or fucking, like tell people to put a kumquat up their ass instead of getting vaccinated.
Credit score. You know about that one?
Yes, I do.
Where people in this communist regime.
Wait, first of all, can I just enjoy this asshole's description of everything? Like his like Dummy for Dummies Act is one of the best in the business.
Get graded on their obedience to the Communist Party if they.
No, it's not their obedience to the Communist Party. It is their social behavior. It's everything from if they're drunken in public or whatever. It's meant to be literally a social interaction score. It's basically so they can start compartmentalizing in an artificially free society. They've got too many trains, too many buses, and they're too cheap, essentially, and you can get everywhere. It is that a lot of the people make asses out of themselves in public. And so they try to find a way to like broom everybody out, especially when, and there's a lot of like app related stuff on this, especially if there's dignitaries around or foreigners there so they can save face as a country without having, drunks and low-end thieves and shitty people roaming around. They can use that as an excuse to broom them out. It's like giving everybody a ticket for being an asshole. In which case, again, if we lived in that kind of system, this motherfucker would be buried in tickets.
They score.
And so would I.
Or low, you're in trouble. You live as a second-class citizen.
No, everyone there lives as a second-class citizen, dummy. That you would live as a fifth-class citizen. Everyone in China is a second-class citizen. You don't believe me? Ask Jack Ma. Jack Ma is one of the richest men in the world and can't leave the fucking country. There's no such thing. You're not a billionaire if you can't take your money out of the goddamn country.
Subjugated to the needs and wants of the state, which are never good.
Especially when they make you put on the zipper hood.
They can't buy what they want. They can't go where they want. They can't worship where they want.
Nobody can worship where they want. It's an atheistic country, stupid.
Sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it?
No, it does not at all.
Well, just this week, we learned PayPal refused to do business. This is here, by the way, in the United States, not in China, with groups that don't toe the liberal political line, calling them.
That's not a government organization, fucko, at all. The government did not order PayPal to do that. PayPal did that because of their own choice. They're either corporate decisions or their decisions for their customer base. They were afraid that more customers would stop using their service if they allowed this. They do it to fucking like OnlyFans accounts and shit like that. Visa does that to OnlyFans accounts too. The government didn't do this, you fucking moron. As a matter of fact, in China, the government you wouldn't be able to do these, wouldn't have done them in the first place. You would not have had access to these, paying systems in the first place if you went against the Communist Party line story, the narrative. You never would, much less getting fucking removed. And they would have ordered it. PayPal made this decision on their fucking own. Biden didn't tell him to do this. Karine Jean-Pierre didn't announce that all companies from this point forward will remove anyone that's gender critical from their paywall. What the fuck?
Their actions, hate speech, of course, means everything these days. Hate speech, anything's hate speech.
No, it isn't. Hate speech is a retroactive look back at someone after their hateful behavior, specifically. And this is not about, like, they have corporate issues with hate speech as PayPal, because they're trying to reach as many fucking people as possible. And I got news for you. This decision has very little to do with the United States. This decision has a lot to do with them doing business in Europe. Because like England and some of the other European states have way harsher rules about this kind of stuff for a company.
So people are frozen out of the financial bloodlines of society. Sounds like China.
No, it doesn't. You have a myriad of options in this particular case. There's only one, and they shut you down. There are a lot of corporations. All right. This asshole, oh man, this asshole thinks that because a restaurant or a store can have a sign that says, "We reserve the right to refuse service to anyone," that store is basically communist China. And this asshole's supposed to be a conservative. This guy's supposed to be a Republican. This is supposed to be, they're the freedom ones, right? So if any business says, we'll do business with anybody unless you're awful, in which case, fuck off. They have the right to do that. The government is not making them do that. That is the essential difference. And that is one of the biggest reasons why Bongholio over here constantly wins the moron award.
Because they don't worship liberal narratives. Again, folks.
No. It's not about the liberal narrative in this particular case. Whoever they were bumping off, they were using a nice soft word, gender critical. I'm going to guess they were anti-trans bigots. And that's why citing hate speech. So these specific organizations, all of them, did they remove all gender critical organizations from platforms? I would argue, do they even know of all the gender critical organizations? Or did they just broom the ones that said, stop trans agenda now, that kind of shit?
What's the difference?
The difference is, in China, the government forces these companies to do it and they have no option. And in this case, you cherry-picked one company making a corporate decision about what kind of customers it wants. It's an enormous fucking difference. And you have to live a pampered fucking life to not be able to spot it.
China, liberal U.S., China, what's the difference? Am I missing something?
Yes, you're missing brain cells. You are missing synapses. You're missing critical thinking. You are laboriously stupid. God damn this. Yes. PayPal is not the PLA.
No, I'm not, or else I wouldn't put it in a monologue. What about?
Yes, you would. You say stupid shit all the time.
About China's zero COVID policy? Someone tests positive, they're forced to isolate for weeks, can't see the family, every move's tracked and monitored. Until the government clears them, of course, and then they have to get a special QR code to access society again, to eat and live and stuff. Now, compare that to the left's COVID policies. Here in New York, you had to get the vaccine, even keep your job. You had to show proof of a jab to eat at a restaurant.
Vaccine passports would
temporarily
be a form of ID to gain.
Temporarily. Also, the government did not come. Hold on. Let's see where we go. Let's see. Should go to. Here's you want to see the fucking difference? You want to see the fucking difference? Hold on. Here's the difference. You You want to go eat at a restaurant in a city during the fucking pandemic, at the height of it. Here you go. Here's the difference. I'm going to show you this. This is a woman being pinned on the ground by the authorities and forcibly tested for COVID. Yeah. That you never saw any of that shit. Let's see. Where's the hold on. Let me I'm going to grab one more just to hammer this point home. Zero COVID China. Yeah. So
COVID lockdown, Shanghai style. 26 million people, by some measures the biggest city in the world, confined to their homes. But breaking through the silence.
We're basically the same. This is exactly the same experience. What's the difference? What's the difference? The difference. Control your soul's desire for freedom. I mean, who else didn't have a drone flying around telling you to control your soul's desire for freedom? Do not open the window or sing.
There have been desperate complaints of shortages of food, water, and medicines.
Yeah, it's basically just like America right now. Like, you can't order anything that I wish I had the QAnon music playing behind me. The shelves are bare. Your packages are not showing up. Yeah.
Delivery networks and growing protests. Public services are in chaos. One sick American, rather than being allowed to go home to isolate, was instructed to bed down on the ground outside a full hospital.
Look, I've been sleeping on the ground. Man, our lockdowns are just a little different, you know? When they say that you're locked down, there's no going outside, there's no opening your doors. It's, you just kind of do as you're told.
It's not just Shanghai. Across China, some 23 cities and 200 million people are under full or partial lockdown. And that's all having a severe impact on the massive Chinese.
By the way, I've been to the Bund a few times. That's what this area is. And again, there are several times, except at the most touristy times of the day, when this is as many people as I'll see. And this is supposed to be a city with 26 million people.
Economy. The Wuhan lockdown at the start of the pandemic in 2020 led to a historic collapse in economic activity in China.
Basically the same thing. Guys, what's the difference? You had to have a thing to go to a thing. Liberal media mocked resistance to COVID passports.
Entry to certain businesses or cultural events.
Welcome to the world of vaccine passports, which I think are a great and simple way to show that you're immune from corona.
The right would have you believe that a vaccine passport is effectively Big Brother coming for you and your family. And it just isn't.
The right-wing talking machine always has a boogeyman. And yesterday, they started complaining about vaccine passports.
What's the difference?
Okay, so the vaccine passports, again, temporary and don't exist. None of us have them. Some people have to show proof of vaccination for certain jobs, and certain businesses are still hanging on to that, but it is not a citywide, statewide, or federal insistence. If a business wants to have a vaccine passport for a concert because they want to be able to have the same concert goers next year instead of a fifth of them being dead, That's the difference.
Okay, am I missing something?
Yes. Yes. I think it's the connective tissue between the two halves of your brain.
What's the difference?
What's the difference? What's the difference? What's the difference?
You think your kids are free? You know, last year, China
Yes, my kid is free.
monitored and restricted how much kids can game online. Regardless of your feelings about that,
No, they didn't monitor it. They limited it. They didn't check. They stopped you. They have control over the actual software.
I don't want the government telling me what I can do.
Why and how China is drastically limiting online gaming for under 18s. Yeah, we know. This is from last year.
But get a load of this. Here in the United States, the DHS is spending big bucks to study how to monitor online gamers.
What's the difference? What's the difference? Well, one is the government stopping you from gaming, and the other one is the Department of Homeland Security checking to make sure that they're not that foreigners aren't using it as a way to recruit incels for murder plots. All right, hold on. Vice News. When is this? September 16th. DHS just spent almost $700,000, which, I mean, as government programs go, let's see. Whoops. Back up. Radicalization. Yeah, here we go. December 16th, 2022. Okay. So this is investigating radicalization again. Several groups are coming together to study the little understood phenomenon, which is one of my favorite Disney films, by the way. The little understood phenomenon. Over the past decade, video games have increasingly become focal points of social activity and identity creation for adolescents and young adults. Relationships made and fostered within game ecosystems routinely cross over into the real world and are impactful parts of local communities. Many of people know that there was a period where you could not, if you got into a chat room on especially Call of Duty or GTA, you would be just constantly pelted with the N word, the F word for gay people, and the K word for Jews, like all the fucking time, non-stop. Which, by the way, on the one hand, normalizes that kind of shitty behavior. In a time when young guys in particular are not in the company of their parents, they are on these chats or gaming with a headphone on, with headphones on or headset, and their parents don't know what they're hearing. They're constantly interacting with these folks. This is, I mean, anybody who gamed like in the last decade knows this, and they've done a lot of work to try and curtail some of that in the gaming industry. Just the gamers, like just setting a standard, being able to ban people, just like social media. They just didn't have any of those protections in social media. If anything, ask me for a final countdown, Sin. It's the final countdown. Where are we? 16 minutes. We're going to be checking in. All right, here we go. Correspondent, extremists have used video games and targeted video game communities for activities ranging from propaganda creation to terrorist mobilization and training. The money is going to a joint venture between Middlebury's Institute Center on Terrorism, Extremism, and Counterterrorism, Take This, which is a nonprofit specializing in mental health and video gaming, and Logically, a company attempting to solve the problem of bad online behavior at scale. The project will seek to develop a set of best practices and centralized resources for monitoring and evaluation of extremist activities, as well as a series of training workshops for the monitoring, detection, and prevention of extremist exploitation in gaming spaces for community managers, multiplayer designers, lore developers, mechanics designers, and trust and safety professionals. This is just adult shit. This is just adult shit. It's just adult shit. This is what you do when you fucking adult.
Looking for, quote, extreme or radical behaviors. There's that hate speech thing again. So I'll ask you again for, I don't know, the fourth time, third time, lost count. What's the difference?
Okay, the difference is a study because ISIS and other groups are radicalizing teenagers in the United States using online communication, which is not wholly unmonitored for the most part in the gaming space because they know it pumps right into the ear holes of 15-year-old incel-ready boys. And it is a study to kind of manage it, see how we can help or stop that kind of stuff. And the Chinese government is literally turning your computer off at their whim, you dumb son of a bitch.
There's been some resistance, including with cryptocurrencies, which are meant to be free of government control.
Uh-huh.
Of course.
Yes. Conservative resistance. Yeah, that's what it is. The same assholes. I mean, look at it. It's gold. It's real money. It's got to be real money. It's not a grift at all.
Of course, China totally banned cryptocurrency last year, but here in the U.S., in order to ban something, in a supposedly free society, they got to control it first. The second largest digital currency, known as Ethereum, you heard of this?
Yes.
Adopted the World Economic Forum's strict environmental standards, and the SEC all of a sudden declared control over its network. Then there's Treasury Secretary.
Wait. If it aligned itself with the Great Reset and the Green New Deal, and the Security and Exchange Commission went after it anyways,
Secretary Yellen.
It's almost as if they're trying to create a standard in a Wild West system that is gutting people's pockets.
She wants government regulation of cryptocurrencies.
Motherfucker, you want government regulation of women's wombs.
I'm stunned. To wait for it. Protect investors from the risks.
And we've seen this historically with private monies, and we invented a good regulatory framework.
Oh, not regulations. If we didn't have, the stupid government, we could have buildings like the ones that are the tofu dreg projects in China. Real quick, 1 second. There you go. What's the difference? How to create a cryptocurrency. I'll just make one. I'll just create my own. Let's see. Let's look at some of the methods. Let's see. I could do this. Make my own blockchain and native currency from that. I can modify the code of an existing blockchain. That's there's no regulations about it, so that's fine. I can establish a new cryptocurrency on an existing blockchain. Platforms like Ethereum blockchain are designed to host cryptocurrencies of many different developers. Here you go. Here's the dApps page. Ethereum-powered tools and services. Get some ETH. Set up a wallet. Ready? Do it. Few dApps. Uniswap, Dark Forest, pull together the... Okay. Invest in culture, buy, trade, and sell unique digital artwork, fashion, and some incredible artists, musicians. This is all the NFT shit. Yeah. I don't know why you wouldn't just trust this. It's got a website. Come on.
I think for dealing with this.
I need protection from the government. Forget about the crypto thing. I'm good.
I guarantee he's lost a shit ton of money in crypto in the last little bit.
And speaking of
law enforcement weaponization. Oh, this is going to go to the FBI serving a legal search warrant and going through all the steps and responding to the judge. All right.
Resistance. China's long weaponized law enforcement. We know that against its citizens. That's obvious. It even puts dissenters in mental institutions and prison Uyghurs. Yeah, but here in the U.S., the left has been using the FBI to do similar type things like spy on private Facebook messages. Target parents as domestic terrorists?
No. Target domestic terrorists, even though they are parents. You don't get a pass just because you got kids.
And raid the homes in an unprecedented manner of the political opposition.
Not a home, a rental property.
So again, I don't know, 5, 6 times now? What's the difference, folks?
Well, the difference is, A, you're on a television show in said country bitching about it and nothing is happening to you. 2, everything you pointed out in the last segment, especially about law enforcement, has several checks and balances where the person can push back and is, by the way, innocent until proven guilty and has every legal recourse available to them that everyone else has. They don't have to be party affiliated or close to the administration to get a lawyer, to get the ability to file against stuff, to have the multiple courts see their shit. So it's wholly unlike it. You privileged fuck.
Folks, listen, you know I've been first in line to defend the working men and women of the FBI.
No, you haven't.
A lot of the patriots out there, some of them speaking out now, who do their job and do it right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's clear.
It's not.
The FBI is now completely at the command of the Democrat Party at this management level, and a lot of this is filtered down.
No. The law applies to everyone. For a while, essentially, it was I guess Trump had a cork in the dam that was going to break, and it just rotted away when he left office.
And they've done it to demonize and criminally target any dissenting opposition.
No, because you are dissenting opposition. He's a fucking investor in Parler and Rumble. He's been on all these platforms. He does nothing but talk this shit all the time. And if they were targeting every dissenter out there, he'd have been arrested by now. This is clown school bullshit. This is annoying. He's just like a fucking child. And all this is, I mean, it boiled it down to its essential garbage. This is just a segment to shit on the United States. This is not a, oh my God, China's bad. This is, you know what? China's, terrible, and so is the United States. It's unpatriotic and it's awful. And that, I use those words specifically because that's the cloak he hides underneath. He does nothing but shit on the United States of America all the time. We're going to Dart. It's 7 minutes and 45 seconds. Oh, look, there it is. There's that's our guy, and that's the actual asteroid. His skin is too tight. We're getting close. 7.5 minutes. I'm very excited. I think that's all he says. I think it goes to break after this.
Thankfully, our resistance to that tyranny is growing.
Growing, yes. This is a pirate broadcast. Before they shut us down, they live. Put on the sunglasses. Get the fuck out of here. You're on $1 billion network.
And patriots are starting to speak out.
They've always had the right to speak out. And I question that word and how you use it. I'm having a very Princess Bride reaction when he says patriot these days. And I'm not going to listen to Sean Hannity's voice. I'm not going to do it. Okay, Dart, here we come. Dart, we're going to do it. Getting close. 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Super exciting. Let's go to the audio.
Mix of alpha people to make sure we get to this point. I can only imagine what they're feeling. Perhaps, like you said, a little bit of relief, a little bit of, can I let this go? I have worked for this one so long, and now we can no longer do anything. That moment is just coming up.
Yeah, but I think they're ready. I think they're at that point. You're getting some shots of Elena Adams, the systems engineer, and you can
imagine hitting like needing to win a pool game to save your own life, and you hit the cue ball, and it takes months to hit the last ball on the table.
autonomously for 4 hours.
Yeah, by the way,
We'll
like and
also
subscribe,
step
give a thumbs up, support the show in any way you can. If you can't,
We'll
enjoy.
simply be coasting to its fate. This is blockbuster stuff, Lori.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We are
Blockbuster.
there.
Yeah. I have front row tickets, and we are very soon about to open up these airwaves in the Mission Operations Center. You'll stay plugged in all the way through impact. Remember, at this point, 5 minutes out, no more commands to SmartNav will be possible. The team is watching it just like you and me and the rest of us.
Mm-hmm. I'll show you the chat for NASA. Blaze this down a little bit. These are all the people who are watching this. This is not real.
All right, we've reached 5 minutes from impact. The final command opportunity to SmartNav has passed, and the team is simply watching that data stream in just like we are. Also remember, there is a 38-second lag for the data to travel to Earth, and also an additional few more seconds for image processing. It's important to note that.
Welcome to infotainmentwars.com. Obviously, we got the documents inside this NASA mission. All of it's bullshit, of course. That is an alien spacecraft full of demonic liberals that is flying towards the planet. Patriots have launched a flick beam that they're firing at the
impact. We are at
none of this is real.
1,100 miles away.
This is an app. Everything's been done in an app. Stop clapping. You're turning the frogs gay. Sorry, infotainmentwars.com.
Also, our window for sending any commands to the spacecraft is done.
Yeah.
Contingency's done.
Can't do anything else.
This is a great vibe in that Mission Operations Center right now, Lori.
It really is.
It's so exciting.
They are so excited.
I'm excited. She's excited. You think I am?
I'm honing in, looking at these images as we
Stay
get
on
closer
target.
and closer, and you look
Stay
at
on
Didymos
target.
and just you're starting to see this physical body appear there. It's incredible, just incredible.
I'm still having a hard time believing this is real energy coming in near real time.
Yeah, but you've been watching it over the last 30, 45 minutes go from just being a collection of individual pixels, and now you can actually see the shape and the shading and texture of Didymos, and we're going to see that same thing with Dimorphos as we get closer and closer.
I had a bump on my Didymos, and the Illuminati put it there. Just saying, this whole thing is a setup. Infotainmentwars.com.
It's amazing.
That's no moon.
All right.
The team is standing, just recognizing this moment, years in the making.
Very exciting.
It is really nice to see them relax a little bit, get off from those computers that they've been glued to, and just appreciate this moment that's coming.
Yeah, and they've earned this. It's just great to see them there. This is so cool.
Donald Trump's hair just rolled by.
Another major milestone. We are now 2.5 minutes from impact, and SmartNav has stopped maneuvering the spacecraft.
Oh, very
DART
exciting.
is now coasting toward Dimorphos,
Oh, boy.
and we hope into the history books.
Absolutely. This will be, and I'm sure you've heard it many times tonight.
It's gonna happen.
Humanity's
It's gonna happen.
First ever attempt at trying to move another celestial body, and also our first attempt ever to execute a mission in sole purpose of planetary defense. So, what an exciting time. Yeah, and I'm starting to see Dimorphos start to come into view there. You can see it starting to take shape. I'm starting to see individual boulders on Didymos. Unbelievable.
Didymos.
Unbelievable clarity of images there.
It's terrible. If they miss, we're all doomed.
All right.
Minute 34.
All eyes on this event. Space telescopes, ground telescopes from every continent on Earth.
Yeah.
All right.
Very exciting.
2 minutes out. Does not look like one single rock to me.
Oh, boy, we're getting close.
14,000 miles per hour.
So it's just going to smash right into it?
14,000 miles per hour. And remember, 45 minutes ago, 55 minutes ago, we couldn't even resolve this object in space. And now we are, you can see us zeroing in right on target.
And we're now dropping
and
the
it
clock,
accidentally
and we'll go by
bounces
loss
into
of
the big
signal
one,
to confirm
knocking the big one towards Earth's orbit.
Yes. Imagine we'll get that loss of signal, and then we'll hear from Lena Adams
It's
again.
all a plot. They're
letting
doing it
us
on
know.
purpose. InfoChainWars.com.
That'll be a crystal clear signal.
And
so.
we're fucked.
I think we're starting to see more resolution. In fact, look at that. Didymos has even gone out of the view. We're now just seeing Dimorphos.
This is remarkable stuff.
We're basically headbutting this. This is this.
Oh my goodness! Look at that.
Looks like control system settling down.
Oh, it's
Angular
so
rates look
exciting.
Really good.
I
think we're going
it's
to get
great.
the
My nipples are hard.
investigation
It's
teams
fun.
to get pictures.
I'm getting space nipply.
Wow.
No, come on, we can do better than that.
Starting to see those individual boulders there. You can see shadows of the various
30
rocks on the
seconds till
surface.
impact. It's amazing, guys. Oh my goodness, look at that. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Looks to me
So
like
cool.
we're headed straight in.
That's no moon. That's a space station.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. 8,
Yeah.
7,
Oh,
6,
wow.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that thing.
Oh, wow.
Awaiting visual confirmation.
All right. Let's see. We got it? Waiting.
That definitely did
And
it.
we have impact.
My God, it's full of blood.
For humanity in the name of planetary defense.
Woo. Fantastic.
I would like to thank all these people
fantastic.
for helping save all of our lives
Ah.
before they had to save all of our lives. That's
What a moment.
awesome.
Very few words can really capture this moment. This is beautiful to watch.
That's crazy.
Amazing.
What a
This
team.
is-
What a team and what an
a
accomplishment.
team. A few weeks ago, they had their last dress rehearsal. They were getting emotional at the dress rehearsal. And they're like, "This is crazy. We're getting emotional. This is not the real thing." I can only imagine what they are feeling right now.
I didn't realize
Yes.
it was launched from a Best Buy.
You can see them there on
Sorry.
screen. They're all pretty excited. Wow.
Hearing impact, the curtains close on Draco Feed. That raw joy from the team, years of hard work and the weight of expectation
So cool.
lifted off their shoulders.
Where's the explosion?
This is amazing.
But you can't see it because there's nobody filming the outside part of it. It's that far away.
This is beautiful. And Lori, really, this is a huge moment for the mission. Lots more work needs to happen in the days, weeks, months.
Absolutely. Now, as I always say, it's one of my favorite missions. Now is when the science starts.
That's
it
right.
just starts now. Now that we've impacted, now we're going to see for real how effective we were. We're going to train all of those ground-based telescopes on the Didymos Dimorphos system, and we're going to make measurements that will help us determine.
Somewhere light years away, there's an alien advanced planet that's going, Kremlach, a large, some other society has launched a projectile at our planet in an obvious act of war. Smink, merk, smink, merk.
Absolutely. And you can see so many people there that have
That's really awesome.
the team of APL engineers.
Love it.
That have really
Yeah, the doo-wah didymos.
poured their souls.
Diddy-dum, diddy-doo.
Lori, any last words to mark this historic moment?
We're embarking on a new era of humankind, an era in which we potentially have the capability to protect ourselves from something like a dangerous, hazardous asteroid impact. What an amazing thing. We've never had that capability before.
Thank you so much, Lori. Those are poignant last words. Tahira, history
Last words?
has been made.
Which-
Back to you.
Wow, I mean, what an exciting day for the DART team. And in case you're keeping score,
I am.
humanity won. Asteroids 0. Now, I'm here with Nancy Chabot, DART coordination.
That's true. It was the
Nancy,
dinosaurs that really lost the first asteroid.
What is going through your head right now?
I mean, I'm just thinking, wow, that was amazing, wasn't it? I mean, those images, you just got closer and closer, and sort of we've been planning for this moment. We've been talking about it for years. At APL here, we've been working on this since 2015, and I knew...
Back when there was an adult in the White House.
Spectacular, and I think even then they exceeded my expectations of just zooming in like that.
And the Obama administration set this off like, yes, go on this project. This would be a good idea.
And I don't have to talk about it as coming anymore. It's happened now. We have done this.
It's happened, and it is just incredible that as humans, like, we have done this. We did this. And Nancy, do you have anything you'd like to say to the teams who made tonight possible?
Oh, I mean, I don't need to say anything to the teams because I know everybody like me is really proud to be part of this, right? Proud of this thing that we've been working on for years, you know, and even before 2015, internationally, people wanted to do this. People wanted to take this first step. And then we finally did. Partners across the United States. We have actually 28 countries represented on our investigation team of scientists, telescopes on all 7 continents, everybody doing their part to make this moment happen.
So cool.
I know I'm really honored to be on this team, and I know other people on the team feel the same way.
She's getting teary-eyed. That's lovely.
I mean, there's a lot to celebrate here tonight. And so now that we have confirmed impact, can you let us know what's next for this mission?
Well, I mean, I think I'm still taking a moment here, you know, because this is a big deal, and this was a really hard technology demonstration to hit a small asteroid we've never seen before and do it.
Bill Nye is there.
Spectacular fashion.
That's Bill Nye.
I know other scientists on the team.
Motherfucker.
Pointing at those images, being like, "Did you see that boulder?"
And he moved that guy out of the way for the picture.
What does that mean? And Lychee Cube is like flying by right about now. Their close approach, like taking.
What'd you do right after? I got a selfie with Bill Nye.
Telescopes here and in space are looking. They're looking at the brightening of the rock that's thrown off from that spectacular collision that we saw. And this is going to go on for weeks. And
Thanks,
so
guys.
There's still a lot of excitement to come, but nothing to take away from this moment.
Yeah, this is just the beginning. It looks like everybody is celebrating here in Mission Operations. I think I just saw Bill Nye there.
It's a dude with a mohawk.
So it is a huge day for this team, but also
and for khakis.
Humanity. You know, Nancy, you mentioned earlier about some of
Is that a Space Force guy there?
I'm going to need
give us
I'm going to need some calculations done.
Of DART's mission, right?
The,
it's not just us in the United
the Sarnakians are headed our way, and we're going to need to battle them. We can't tell everybody on Earth yet, but I'm going to need to know if that we were able to knock that into their long ship.
And I think it's
that's
been
coming.
so great for this mission to really support and embrace
one small step for man, one giant leap for dockers.
So that we can maximize what we learn. And this idea came about from international scientists talking to each other, working together, you know, in order to make this moment happen for NASA's Planetary Defense Coordination Office, building the spacecraft here at APL. But really, scientists around the world are ready to study the what
and by God, if we ever have to use this technology,
I mean, DART really is just the start.
People better say thank you, America.
It was spectacular, and it's accomplished, and we'll figure out how effective it was. That's really what we're going to learn in the next weeks to come. All right, we hit this asteroid. Now, how effective was that at deflecting it, and what would that mean for using it?
Yeah, there's still so much to unpack.
Do we need a bigger one?
So we have a special guest who is wondering, you know, more of what's next for this big mission. So let's hear from her now.
Hey everyone, I'm Danny Hansen, American Paralympic rower and hydro athlete. And first, I would like to congratulate the entire DART team on crossing the finish line. So congratulations. And with that, here's my question. Now that DART has impacted, how will you know if the spacecraft has actually changed the asteroid's orbit?
That's a good question.
Yeah, so this
trigonometry.
Is a asteroid system. So all we've done here actually is change slightly how Dimorphos goes around Didymos, right? And the telescopes on the Earth have studied this for years. So we knew it used to be 11 hours and 55 minutes. What is it going to be now? And so the telescopes are going to measure that period change, and they're so good at this. They've done it for decades already to get us to that point. And they're going to work for the next weeks and make that measurement. And when we have it, we're going to be sure to share it with everybody to see how much we did deflect this asteroid with the DART collision.
Wow. Well, Nancy, I mean, it's time for you to celebrate. So congratulations.
Yes.
On everything
Congratulations
tonight,
to
and
everyone at
go
Ask Force.
DART. This was spectacular.
Yes. And so we have Samson standing by in mission operations with two very special guests. Let's hop over there and see what's going on.
Thanks to Hera.
Oh.
I have the pleasure of introducing NASA Administrator Bill Nelson, who has a special message for us.
All right.
Hey, congratulations. Boy, the DART team, you really did this one very well. It's been a successful completion of the first part of the world's first planetary defense test.
We basically hit them with an Amazon box.
Years of hard work. There was a lot of innovation and creativity that went into this mission.
Yes, we studied
I
bumper
believe it's
pool.
going to teach us how one day to protect our own planet
We had
from an incoming asteroid.
we had Scottish scientists tell us how to do a headbutt, the Glasgow handshake.
About what's happening from
You do it like that. You lean into it like that.
About the changes
Operation
in
Headbutt.
this asteroid's orbit. So thank you to this international team.
So what they're trying to do is wind that little one down so that it eventually might crash into the bigger one, which of course will send it cascading off and hit us.
Possible to save our planet.
All right.
That was eloquently put, Administrator Nelson. Joining me right now are Deputy NASA Administrator Pam Melroy and APL Director
Who look
Nelson.
exactly like you
Thank
think
you
they
both
should
for
look.
being with me. Pam, I'll start with you. How are you feeling having witnessed this historic event up close?
Oh, I was absolutely elated, especially as we saw the camera getting closer and just realizing all the science that we're going to learn. But the best part was seeing at the end that there was no question there was going to be an impact, and to see the team overjoyed. with
Jesus,
their
the
success.
pictures are amazing.
What does this mean for NASA? What does this mean for planetary defense?
We don't know yet.
Well,
Well,
NASA
actually,
works for
there's
the
no way
benefit
of
humanity.
not knowing.
So for us, it's the ultimate fulfillment of our mission.
If it didn't
to do
work,
something like
that's a
this.
win, too.
A technology demonstration that who
They
knows
can hit
someday
it.
could
Now they
save
just
our home.
Yeah. The thing now it's a matter of scale.
Thank you, Pam. Ralph, you were in that mock for the moment of impact.
Hold on.
We've
I
seen
think
a lot of
see if I can
major
find
milestones in APL's history in
the last
space. We're
second
talking
hit
the first flyby
from-
of Pluto, the first mission to orbit Mercury, and now the first spacecraft to impact an asteroid. What was the moment like for you in there?
It was incredible to see how so many years of hard work and creativity resulted in a direct hit of Dimorphos was just an adrenaline rush. I'll add that I've been at the lab now for quite a few years, and I've been involved in a lot of missions and achievements, and never before have I been so excited to see a signal go away and a image to stop.
That's a good
Well,
point.
I'm going to give you both a treat right now. We're going to play that replay of impact on our screens right now so we can enjoy it again.
There's the picture, by the way. That's the background.
But what does this achievement mean for Johns Hopkins APL? Huge, right?
Oh,
Huge, right?
It is huge.
Am I right?
In fact, if you'll excuse the pun-like statement here, the impact on APL, as it was on
Look at this thing.
Dimorphos, is immense. This is exactly the kind of mission that APL seeks to do.
It looks like a close-up of something a dung beetle would be rolling. There
I'd like
should
to
be a
thank
giant
NASA
space
for
dung
entrusting
beetle
us with
rolling
mission,
this.
And I'd like to tell everyone how proud I am of the entire DART team and APL for this game-changing achievement.
Incredible.
They're speeding up the
We are
end and
watching
playing it
that
on a loop.
Play right now on our screens and just admiring that remarkable achievement once again.
They were just
We are
tiny
watching it
blobs
together.
of light, and now they are real objects to us, which is amazing.
Yep.
Never before seen.
Mom, the road.
That is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Look at that photo.
You know, it's
Jesus.
just as good the second and third time.
Mm-hmm. That is crazy.
We made impact.
Fantastic.
Well, there you have it. A lot of pride here tonight, along with the promise of
That's
big
awesome.
things to come. And with a successful DART impact, that will do it for us today at the Mission Operations Center. Back to you, Tahira.
Amazing. I mean, today is a fantastic day. And DART is just the beginning of a global planetary defense effort. In 2024, the European Space Agency's Hera mission will conduct follow-up observations of asteroid Dimorphos and measure in great detail DART's kinetic impactor tests. Let's take a look.
Oh, nice. Fancy.
The DART impact is going to be an incredible moment, something we've been looking for over 17 years.
So true. We're going to say, Dimorphos, you look marvelous.
My name is Jan Carnelli, and I'm leading the Hera mission for the European Space Agency. The deflection by DART will be measurable from ground with telescopes. However, only with Hera coming up close and inspecting the asteroid will unveil all of those parameters that will allow us to plan for a deflection mission if one day we need one. This is the propulsion module of the Hera spacecraft that will take us to asteroid Dimorphos and will allow us to study the results of the DART impact. The propulsion module is being built here in Italy and then will be sent to Germany, where it will be mated with the instruments and the rest of the spacecraft to be ready for launch in October 2024.
We started designing and conceiving the whole mission and the spacecraft
I wonder if there's...
about 2 years ago, and we have a launch date to meet that is a fixed date.
They're replaying, like, I've watched this actually, this before, this setup on it. I'm curious if at some point we start, like, tagging certain asteroids as a matter of course now that this happened as well, because part of it is obviously testing the direction and being able to knock it off course if it's headed towards the Earth, and, you know, that kind of, those kind of tests are important, but being able to put, like, small compacts on recurring, on asteroids that come back around that will re-engage using solar energy when they come back into our, you know, they can send signals like a satellite. You just basically put a satellite pack on, you know, and attach it to every, you know, to a lot of these big asteroids that come around again and again.
Taking more risk, but also trying to have higher rewards. The CubeSats will be installed on 2 panels that will be mounted on each side of the structure of Hera.
Webby. Nope, sorry, it's real. Sorry to bum you out. We don't live in a dome. The Earth is not flat. Why would they put a compact car on an asteroid? Because it's, no matter where you go, it's easy to park. No, it's okay, Peggy. Yeah, like an ankle monitor, exactly.
There you have it.
Yep.
Tonight, we've ushered in a new era in planetary defense. At 7:14 p.m. Eastern,
Can you put Slim Pickens on it? Yeah.
targeted and collided with Dimorphos, showcasing a technique that we could use if a hazardous asteroid is ever on a collision course with Earth. Even though impact is over, the process of moving the asteroid is still going on as we speak. Over the next days and weeks,
Yeah, I'm curious why Webby thinks this nonsense. I think it's hilarious. Arrest the asteroids, exactly. Attach thrusters to it, possibly, yeah. But the idea is, I turned her down because I was talking over them.
and web. Now, don't miss a beat. For mission updates, follow Asteroid Watch on Twitter, NASA's Solar System on Twitter and Facebook. Remember, impact was just the beginning. Science and images will be rolling in soon, so stay tuned to nasa.gov/.
Yeah.
We'll be back at 8 p.m. with members of the team to capture reactions and celebrate
Awesome.
this historic event. So join us
Yeah, I
soon
think
on
Webby's just trolling.
nasa.gov/live. And for more updates on the art of
To me, it's fascinating. Like the ancillary technology, you know, and the scientific advancements that could come from doing this now that they know what impact, because most people will look at this as a singular thing. This is not hard in terms of sending something this far out into space. It's just keeping it on trajectory for as long as they need, which is really amazing. But there are lots of other things you get from this that you don't have anything to do with repositioning. By the way, I'm a big fan of the giant sperm going around the NASA symbol. I think that's a nice added touch as we humans populate the Earth. Sorry, I can't look at that as any other thing. It just looks like a sperm chasing its tail. I'm just saying. So one of the amazing things is not only can you redirect an asteroid possibly with this technology, but you could also see how much of an impact something of that size has on these, whether or not you have to actually concern yourself too much with landing on them, depending on size, as far as affecting their trajectory. So you'll learn that too. And then you'll also, it's always rough to walk up there. What are you doing with the dirt? You just threw it all over yourself. Yeah, it fell down. Like I said, besides pinging it off, you can also figure out a way to like tag these things as they go around. You could effectively over time turn asteroids into deep space satellites for you, which I think is a magnificent use of resources, because you save yourself. Since you're following along and you're trying to find out that just any data you get is good data. You don't have to send something on a trajectory to a specific flight plan. And you know that asteroids that have been, in circulation for, billions of years, arguably, are not going to hit anything. So they're going to go through all these spaces, and you're going to be able to take readings and visuals from them as they go. Yeah, this is a great day for America, and all the more reason to say, fuck you, Bongholio. Yeah. And then, of course, no one can explain the moon. Oh, these are all the materials that are already on the moon. What can we get when we go there, now that we looked? Also, I would like to say for the record that anybody who has ever said, why are we in space when, people are starving? Why are we going to the moon when people are doing? Okay, all the technology in all those trips and in all the advancements we're making may very well be, they're all used in this kind of technology, and they may lead to the one thing that diverts a planet killer from hitting the planet at some point, in which case it would absolutely be worth it. Everybody who was like, why the hell are we even bothering with the moon when, or space travel when there's so many problems on Earth? Well, the biggest one is so that we can continue to have problems on Earth. Because if something out there hits it and it's too big, it will kill us all. So all of this technology, ultimately, besides learning all kinds of, engineering feats and technological advances that are used in everything. I mean, the lenses that were used to go to the moon were the root of the lenses that show up in your phone right now, for example. Like, you use NASA and DoD technology every day of your fucking life. But even beyond that, if the only thing this ever did was set us up in a position where we could divert a planet-killing asteroid, every penny is worth its weight in megatons of gold. And in human life. Take that, moon. Gravity is so funny. Surface EVAs and this is how long they could stay. Amazing stuff. Yeah, Velcro, exactly. How would you support mining the moon? I mean, I don't know that it'll be necessary. I think some materials on the surface will be used for to build things there. So of course, I mean, there's no kind of like natural perfection to the pockmarked moon from the asteroid striking it. You can look at its surface and know that these big spots on it, those are all from things striking it. And you could argue that the moon is one of the things that's kept us from being destroyed, multiple times, or the planet destroyed before we arrived, even because it takes the impact of some of these things, over time. And we've obviously got canyons and craters that were created by asteroids as well, but a couple of those hit the moon and didn't hit the Earth. Did the asteroid buy a replacement plan from Best Buy? Yes. Yeah, Geek Squad is going to be busy this week. By the way, it should come as no surprise that we're big NASA fans in this house. We love, Summer went to space camp when she was young. She's originally from Florida. Her family's from Pittsburgh, but she grew up in Florida. And I know friends who work in Huntsville at the Rocket Center there. We go to, Carl knows. Carl in the chat knows. This is a worthwhile discussion on its own, but the future of this is just going to be so goddamn cool. And again, if all it ever does is allow them to redirect something that will, that might strike the Earth, it's worth it. Yeah, love NASA. If there's a Department of Peace, it's NASA. NASA is basically the military, but for good purposes, beyond, physical defense. Yes, it is already cool. You're absolutely right. We need to do another space talking episode. I agree, Carl. That's a great idea. Let's do it on the morning show soon. Well, I'm in Dallas this weekend. We'll do it next week. That would be great. So amazing. What is it? What is it, Chud? Aw, hold on. Chud wants to say hi. Chud's a big fan of NASA as well. Of course, she's. I'm coming, kiddo. What's going? Hello. What are you doing? What's going on? Hello. Are you okay? Yeah. I came out the door and she was like, "Oh, you're in there." Shit. I was just meowing. I thought something else was going on. You okay, girl? Yeah. She's a huge NASA fan. Yeah. She's wearing a spacesuit right now. Mm-hmm. Do you need a ride upstairs? She always needs a ride upstairs after the bathroom. I'll be right back. All right. You're getting a ride. Getting a ride upstairs. Going upstairs. Everyone gets all right, back. She always needs a ride upstairs after she relieves herself. Like, Dad, I don't want to walk these down. I'm an old cat. She's fleeking. This stuff is so amazing. And it's going to get smaller and smaller as the, I was watching this, yes, today we are just a teensy tiny bit safer from marauding astronauts. That is right. Mm-hmm. Hold on one second. Bringing something up. There's a somebody was, this is the here's the close up. Yeah, the hardest part of these things is the like flexibility and the ability to move with the sleeves being as big as they are. Yeah, they're hold on, let me see if I can find this. This is hold on. This is a huge step forward. Yeah, so they're making yeah, carbon nanotubes and stuff. This is also going to be a part of it. I saw this the other day and I was like freaking out. First 3D printed diamond composite. So they take diamond dust, synthetic diamond dust, and a composite that is a material that binds it that is equally as strong as diamond. And then they can print it into just about anything using a 3D printer. Here is leading metal powders for AM, now including titanium and nickel alloys, based on our 150-year material knowledge and in-house powder manufacturing capabilities. We have the widest material. This is the actual company that did it. But they're, they made it look like a diamond just to show off what a diamond is. But they're gonna make like, yeah, let's see, printing it isn't. These are, okay. I'm gonna see if they go into what it's going to ultimately be used for, because you can now, it's the material that's important, so you can make all kinds of stuff out of it. And then once you do, it's just nearly indestructible. So like the spaceships that we're making now, depending on the weight of it, this is one of the materials that you could print, deep space ships out of, that would be incredibly resilient if they were struck by something. Yeah, 10 karat diamond for $300, exactly. It's pretty awesome. And it's, there's all sorts of, like, you can add carbon fiber to 3D printed stuff, and there's some other elements that they're working on that will, perhaps be even stronger, more resilient. But they, like, as far as like conductivity, heat conductivity, and that kind of stuff, like using a diamond composite just makes these friggin' things. Yeah, you could make brake pads that last forever. It's a great example. Yeah, 20 years from now, you're right, we'll be insane, Water Goddess. Yeah. Yeah, they just made this to make it look like a diamond for fun. But the reality is they, they could make it into, a sort of case of, it should be hollow, and they can, look, you can screw the top off, and it's just as powerful as a diamond. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Anyways, that just happened recently. And it's got a composite base. There it is. So the hard part is getting it off there once you're done. Yeah, but what they'll be able to make with that shit, yeah. And there's the future suits. Look at this stuff. Hell yes. You got to make these things look like super space travel anyways. It'll reignite people's interest in it. Look at that thing. Look at this. Unity. Oh my God, this stuff is so awesome. All the sensors. You peed your suit, didn't you, Frank? How'd you guys... Oh, damn it. Yes, bulletproof vests, bulletproof, like, fluid suits, Cuttison, from the diamond stuff. This looks fabulous. I think they've got a great look. ads for Brilliant. Oh, that's nice. They're today's sponsor. It's made by yeah. I will say I'm a fan of the Brilliant site. I do like it a lot. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. They need to develop a technology so astronauts don't need to go to the bathroom in their suits. The only way you could do that is to stop them from having biologically to go to the bathroom. It's honestly, it's the only, yeah, space diapers. Well, they basically do. I mean, that's they. I think that cigar-shaped thing that floated by a couple years ago could have made an alien. Oh, the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight's still up there. Dark Knight asteroid. Where is it? The Dark Knight satellite conspiracy theory. Hodgepodge of alien conspiracy. There you go. Fear undergrads are certain case when mail on a public story. Alien satellite set up more than 12,000 years ago to spy on humans were shot down by elite soldiers from the Illuminati UFO. With that, the conspiracy of the Black Knight satellite appeared to be very much alive. Let's see. Let's see if it shows it. All right. Yeah, so this is is this the one you're talking about? The Black Knight right here? Mm-hmm. So the theory is, okay, by the way, STS-88 astronaut Jerry Ross pointed out the ISS was in the midst of being constructed when the images were taken. The U.S. team said on its way to attach an American module to the one created by the Russians. As part of that work, they had taken 4 trunnion pin thermal covers with them. The task was to wrap these around 4 bare trunnion pins, as you do. You know, who hasn't had an afternoon like that? These being rods that attached to the module to the Space Shuttle Endeavour while it was being transported. This would act to prevent heat loss from the exposed metal. Unfortunately, during one of the spacewalks associated with this work, things went a little wrong. One of the covers came loose from its tether, causing it to float away with some other items. One of the thermal covers got away from you during the space. It soon became apparent that the cover was lost for good. Subsequently captured on camera, this runaway black object was given the catalog number 025570 by NASA. A few days later, the item fell from orbit and it burned up. That's the thing right there. That's really what it is. That was the Black Knight. It was a piece of our stuff. It was space junk. Astronaut debris. What's it likely to be? This is the artist picture of it. Or like an artist rendering of what they think it would be. This is the original story, I think. No. Where is it? Yeah. Anyways, just so you know, that's shit. I could do like we could do a fucking NASA check-in every. What should we do? A NASA check-in on Mondays or Fridays? Guests on Wednesdays. Maybe Fridays, because it's like over the weekend you can dive into it. How would a spaceship powered by nanobatteries would never run out of electricity for many years? What do you think? Absolutely, Bill. No question. I mean, arguably, you could have a nuclear reactor in one of the long-distance ships, and especially like a thorium reactor, as long as it's in The Martian, that's what they're talking about using. That he takes the little reactor they have and uses it as a power source, and it keeps him warm because even though he's probably giving him cancer at the time, is what he's saying. Parker Probe is next. Parker! My brain does work a bit fast, it's true. Yeah, Oumuamua, yeah. I think Fridays would be good just because we're heading into the weekend. You know what I mean? Try and get a little more structure. The morning show is becoming like the the afternoon show was at a certain point, where I had to I got to come up with a more scheduled layout of what I'm doing, because it's, so I can at least get a grip on entertaining you guys, but also talking about stuff that interests me at the same time. Whereas, rolling the dice on what's trending in the mornings, I like going through that, but it doesn't have to be the whole show. Sometimes. So meet George Jetson. Dark Star is real. Yeah, problem with reactor in space is how much stuff blows up trying to leave the atmosphere. Yeah, we have to clear that part first. Agreed. I mean, it's why we haven't used space as a method for getting rid of nuclear waste, for example. Although, in theory, if you make the container small enough and you house it in, I mean, it'd be relatively heavy, but if you housed it in, in diamond casing or that diamond composite, for example, where it could take, if it just fell from the sky, it would be covered in a reheat. The outside of it wouldn't break up. It would be able to take the heat, and then it would, be able to take terminal velocity drop and just stick in the ground someplace without exploding. You could start moving stuff out. The other thing too is to use a space elevator. That's really the technology that once we get a couple of space stations up that are functional, the idea of a space elevator. Let me show you. Line. Yeah, so yeah, here you go. A space elevator, whoops, get out of here. A space elevator is possible with today's technology, researchers say. We just need to dangle it off the moon. Space elevators would drastically reduce the cost of reaching space, but never been technologically feasible until now. Yep. The problem is rocket engines work by jettisoning mass in one direction to generate thrust, and that requires huge volumes of propellant, which is ultimately discarded, but also has to be accelerated along with the spacecraft. Result of placing a single kilogram into orbit costs the region of tens of thousands of dollars. One idea is to build a space elevator cable stretching from Earth to orbit that provides a way to climb into space. The big advantage is that climbing process can be powered by solar energy and thus would require no onboard fuel. But there's a big problem too. Such a cable would need to be incredibly strong. Carbon nanotubes are a potential material if they can be made long enough, but options available today are just too feeble. Enter Pinot and Sanford, Pinot Noir and Sanford. You big dummy. They say their version of a space elevator, which they call a space line, could be built with materials that are commercially available today. For some background, space elevator. Okay, we've talked about this, but and yeah, this is how this take a different approach. Instead of anchoring the cable on Earth, they propose anchoring it on the moon and dangling it towards Earth. Yummy. I'll have to look at that. Yeah, I guess technically speaking, Earth to the space station, it requires some thrust to get it up a little bit. If you're wiring it up and it's in the idea is that the velocity, you're always, once you're in orbit, you're basically locked in. You're not going anywhere. And even, if you did attach something, it would climb up the string to the space station using its own grip, like somebody just climbing up a rope as opposed to thrust. So as long as the wire's strong enough, and its pressure is only on the bottom part of the wire, and it's in orbit, arguably it could work. That's fun. This startup wants to copy you into an embryo for organ harvesting. Terrific. VR is as good as psychedelics at helping people reach transcendence. Since when? This key nanoparticle could be key to a universal COVID vaccine. That's true. I've seen part of that before. This artist is dominating AI-generated art, and he's not happy about it. What in the world? Oh, this is the MIT Technology Review. That's why. Okay. A medium dose. I see. So VR is good at psychedelics at helping people reach transcendence. On key metrics, a VR experience elicited a response indistinguishable from subjects who took medium doses of LSD or magic mushrooms. I'll be right back. Wow. This is crazy. Hold on. I'm here, man. I'm just here. I'm good. Holy smokes. I can't even see you guys. This is crazy. What's happening? This is nutty. This is some crazy wild stuff. Where am I? Jin 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 jin. This actually does look really cool right now. I'm not gonna lie. This is a little nutty. Yeah. It's good times. I enjoy this quite thoroughly. I will say we got this a couple of years ago now. Maybe over a year and a half ago, maybe. It's a good time. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I can plug it in. And now I've done it. Now I've done it. Now I can put what I'm seeing in that screen as a thing. It is cool, but transcendence. Well, it's on key metrics of transcendence, which sounds just too mathy for true transcendence. Yeah, this is what we were looking at. And then the article's down here at the bottom because these guys are weird. Yeah. So, okay. With plans to create realistic synthetic embryos grown in jars, renewable bio is on a journey to the horizon of space, of science and ethics. I mean, at some point, they're going to figure out a way to grow your organs. And if they have to do it with a full body, that'll be the weird part. That's what they're going to have to push back against. Anyways. Hey, since it's 5 o'clock already, I'm going to sign off, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the regular show. It was nice to be able to share some space history with you. I have to say, it's lovely. Let's see, I don't have a closing screen. I've got to make a closing screen for this one. So let's see. Let's do first. Let's go to here. And then we'll go to this thing. We'll go to here. And we'll duplicate it. And we'll call it end. There you go. And done. And then I got to add a bunch of stuff to this thing. So give me a second and just talk amongst yourselves. Hi. Yeah, it's a great day for humans. I insist. I'm making an end screen right now. Let's see. I'm going to need some of this fun. Okay, it'll be in ends. Okay, this is it. Is that it? Yeah. Add to this one, add to that, go there, and then go to here. I'm working on it. I'm doing it. I'm making a thing. And I'll need credits, and then we're good. Then I'll just, and I'm going to need the music too. Good point. Thanks, guys, for your help. There you go. Add that. And then I'll add the credits. Where are you, credits? Get in here, you crazy credits, which don't always work, and it drives me a little crazy. A little bit crazy. A little bit. Just a little bit. Done. Put this here and shrink this down a little bit. There you go. Put it there. That works. And then that'll do it, I think. Oops. Hold on. It was playing the theme. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I put it in the thing and it was playing the thing. It was getting really weird. Or maybe it wasn't. I can't tell. Was it? All right. So I will see you guys tomorrow in the afternoon. And then on Wednesday, we got 2 shows. I will be doing those from LA, and the morning show, hopefully, well, I mean, not hopefully, I'm going to make it happen. Philip Ittner and I will be doing it together, you know, doing the show as a sort of podcast, and chit-chatting, and he'll be able to swear. It'll be great. So, okay, good. The music wasn't playing. It was just showing up in my other screen, so beg your pardon. And hopefully it will work when I transfer this screen. It might be, let's see, hold on. Let me fix this first, because let's see, transform properties. Loop, restart when playback becomes active. Show that the playback is. Use the habito. This is all good. Okay, close. All right, should work. And it doesn't look half bad for something I just made right now. Although I will say that looks bad. Hold on. I need to shrink this down up to the beginning and then. Yeah, should be all right. Okay, here we go. And in theory, we should be able to go. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Good luck, and may your God go with you. And congratulations, humans. We're one step closer to not being wiped off the planet by something out of our control. Now we just got to handle the stuff that's in our control. This would be a good idea, I think. You know, be good to each other. Until I see you again. All right, love you guys. Thank you guys for the support. Thanks for the Venmo. Thanks for the hype train. Thank you for subscribing, and our new patrons. Bless you. We are trying to get up to 50K subscribers, so share the show and welcome other people. And here we go, and it's going to be awesome. And okay, bye.